So this is an event for the crews that finished in third and fourth positions in their heats. We're seeing very calm conditions down at the start. They're getting some protection there from the wind coming from the southeast this morning.
Portland State, UC San Diego, Loyola Marymount. Attention, go!
And they're away. Crews going through their racing cadence off the start. The object is to take short, sharp strokes and gradually lengthen out to the full length of the stroke. Different crews do it different ways, experiment, work out what they're going to do that optimizes their acceleration to race speed.
Santa Barbara looks like they are first off the blocks, and they are closely watched by UCLA in lane number 1 and Chapman in lane number 3.
As they come out of the protection of the bay in SeaWorld, they're starting to hit the choppier water that's coming at them over Fiesta Island. And this is one of those paradoxical days at San Diego on Mission Bay, in that while the wind is coming from this direction, it's actually the crews in lanes 1 and 2 that are going to get the build up of the choppier water. Looks
Santa Barbara continues to be on the lead, and they're being shadowed now by Portland State, and also into the hunt is the University of California, San Diego. As from our perspective, it looks like Santa Barbara is continuing to hang on, although from the screen perspective, UC San Diego appears to be moving up, as rightly they might be. Portland State is also in the hunt for the lead.
No, I've got nothing.
I don't think anybody is out of this race at this point. All 6 crews seem to be neck by neck across the course. At the moment it looks like it's UCSB with the lead. UCSB are a club program, as are most of the programs in this race, with the exception of in lane 5, University of California, San Diego, and Chapman, who to varying degrees are supported by their athletic department. Oh, we seem to have a big variation in the lane from Loyola. They seem to be heading at a 45-degree angle across the course as we look at it. There obviously seems to be a big steering problem there. They've cut behind the 2 crews inside them, which is the University of California, San Diego, and Portland State, and they're now in probably the lane 3 behind Chapman. The big deviation, you can see the rudder going on hard there in the previous shot.
University of California, Santa Barbara continues to be on the lead. And inside of them, as we get a little separation away from Portland State and the remaining parts of the crew there, not exactly sure where the errant crew wound up, and we'll try to pick that up as we move along.
Yes, I may have incorrectly identified that errant crew as Loyola Marymount. I'm not sure which one it was, but as you can see, they're now zigzagging across the course, and I have a feeling it might actually be the Portland State crew.
And now they're trying to right things and get back to where they were supposed to be, but boy, they sure had a terrible time there for a while. It looks like the University, UCLA, and Chapman are having a go at one another here, as the crew is trying desperately to correct their course. Right now they're wavering around in lane number 2, which was Santa Barbara's lane, so they are all over the place, and now they've traversed all the way out to lane number 4, and we still don't have an identity of the crew that is struggling.
And I again incorrectly identified them as Portland State. It's not Portland State that's having the problems. It may in fact be Chapman. I believe it may in fact be Chapman.
Well, howsoever, they converted themselves from being Portland State to the University of California, Santa Barbara, back through Chapman's lane, back out to UCSD's lane, and so they've been all over the place. I think that they need to consult with their travel agent before they begin this thing again. It appears that UC Santa Barbara continues to hang in there, and then all the way to the outside, the second to the last crew on the outside in lane number 5, University of California, San Diego, seems to be pressing at the lead a little bit right now, but they are beginning to bear out as well.
Yes, it's UCSD out on the far side and UCSB on the inside, who appear to be duking it out for the lead at this stage, with it still very close between UCLA, Portland State, and Loyola Marymount for the third spot. But there's a degree of separation. UC San Diego seem to have pressed the accelerator coming up to the 500-meter mark and may have just eked out back onto level terms with UC Santa Barbara in lane 2.
Well, we got word from our control tower that it was Chapman University that was struggling there, and they were out of lane 3, and lane 3 is vacant right now. So along they come on the outside. This looks like the University of California, San Diego has eclipsed the University of California, Santa Barbara. There is open water back to what I believe to be Loyola Marymount, and then open water back to Portland State. Along the shoreline, UCLA early on the lead has faded, and then the Chapman boat, we believe, is the one that's trailing. On the outside, the University of California, San Diego with about a 5-seat lead, but here comes Santa Barbara back again. It is Santa Barbara challenging on the inside shoreline side, and the University of California, San Diego on the outside. It is the white shell, University of Santa Barbara in lane number 2 is on the lead here along the shoreline, and University of California, San Diego desperately trying to catch up on the outside, but it looks like Santa Barbara has held them off and will win the Joan Ward Memorial Trophy. Of course, that unofficial series of finish, as Santa Barbara outdueled their University of California campus compatriot in San Diego. Going to take a look at it again here. Pretty clear that the number 2 crew is on the shoreline in the white. We understand that there is, however, a photo finish. That would be Santa Barbara with its nose out in front apparently on the screen, but the angle is just a bit off on that. So we'll wait for the official word as they nose out San Diego.
Lining up at the moment is event number 70, the women's